The traces that people leave behind provide clues to their activities and their lifeways. Yet these archaeological traces are very fragile. We can have evidence that is preserved over millennia, but it is selectively preserved. There are only some objects, and only some features from long ago can still be found today. The clothing, tools, and structures made by the earliest peoples were made from both organic and inorganic materials. Organic materials come from plants and animals, and these decay very quickly. They leave very little trace after only a few years. Inorganic materials, on the other hand, are those which are made from stone or metals, and these last much longer in most environments. They are inherently more durable. They don't decay as quickly. The archaeological record, therefore, is incomplete. It reveals only a glimpse of the past. Archaeological evidence may be hidden away in places that are very inaccessible today. Archaeological sites may have been washed away by glacial floods. It may have been buried by tons of glacial debris. Poor preservation conditions may have caused the destruction of the organic materials and even some of the inorganic materials. On the northwest coast, there are rare sites that do have organic materials. These are preserved in flood conditions where clay is deposited over top of these organic materials and preserves them because the clay excludes the oxygen. It seals the oxygen out and doesn't allow the organic materials to decay. This means that today we can find organic basketry, clothing, hats that can date from thousands of years ago. They're encased in a thin layer of blue clay, and we find them at sites in various places along the coast. If the site is inundated with water, if it's under the ocean, if it's an intertidal site, if it's near the river, then the water is excluding the oxygen, and it causes an anaerobic environment. If it doesn't have oxygen, the microorganisms that cause the decay of the basketry or whatever are excluded, and the object is preserved. So archaeologists can find very old organic materials on the coast, sometimes dating to thousands of years before the present, but we've not found any organic materials that date back to the earliest occupations. If we had these organic materials, they would give us a much clearer picture and a much more complete picture of the lifeways of these first peoples.